In this bonus video of my $1 Million Author series, I'm sharing 3 ways that I'm developing my $1 Million Author mindset because everything starts with your mindset, including writing books and becoming a published author. I open each video stating that I am at the beginning of my $1 Million Author journey and that I've studied others and I'm sharing what I've learned and am implementing so that I too can share my income earning statements on YouTube. Well, maybe I probably won't. Who knows? I'll see what happens when I get there. So, are all the millions in my bank account right now? Not yet, but they are definitely on their way because in my reality, all of those millions are already existing inside of me as ideas that are just waiting to be executed upon. My job on this journey is to stay consistent in the face of whatever challenges present themselves long enough to see those ideas transform into me creating something or several somethings of value that people want to exchange money with me for. And eventually, that will total up to the millions. The continuous exchange of my value for money will happen at a rate and volume such that the millions will ultimately be transferred into my accounts and into other assets that I control. I'm already living in this mindset as if this is a done deal. I've asked, I believe, and therefore I will receive. It is a powerful and countercultural way to live and move and exist. And yet, it's not new. A scripture found in Romans 4, verse 17 says, to speak those things that are not as though they are. I believe that speaking is just one piece of that equation because out of the heart, the mouth speaks. And if I believe in my heart and confess with my mouth, I will act accordingly. So if you don't mind getting a little spiritual and practical with me, keep watching. Because if you've been struggling with the idea or the practicality of making money as an author, this video is for you. It's coming from my lived experiences that I'm living through right now. I'm sharing what I am currently practicing and how I'm currently thinking as someone who had many fears to overcome and an entire identity to shift in order to finally launch my first book, which is called Write Your Book, 10 Mindset Hacks to Move You from Fear to Finished. I definitely know a thing or two about mindset hacks. So if you are ready to begin your journey being a $1 Million Author as I'm on my own journey, then let's get into these 3 ways that I'm developing my $1 Million Author mindset and how you can too. I'm Denise Renee, your business book bestie. Here is my signature book, and these are some of my clients. I help professionals write books that make their business, career, or thought leadership brand visible. This video is about book writing strategy. So let's jump in. So the number one way that I'm developing my $1 Million Author mindset, I've already hinted at. I know that the seeds of my dreams are already in me. They're just waiting to be planted in the right environment, be nurtured so that they can bloom. Now, I'm going to pick my words very intentionally. I was born genetically female and I embrace my identity as a female. As such, being born with internal female anatomies, I was literally born with every potential child already in my body. I was born with a finite amount of eggs. And child, I'm at that age where they finna burn out. But it's okay. It's a cycle of life, right? Over the course of my life, 4 eggs had the opportunity to actually be fertilized. However, only 1 resulted in a live birth, my beautiful son. I had no idea when I was 5 years old that many years later, when I turned 37, I would be giving birth to a child. I hoped I would have more, but that's not what happened. But I was carrying around the genetic makeup of my son long before I was aware and long before he had the opportunity to come through on this side of existence. What does that have to do with writing books? Well, I think that we all carry the seeds of our dreams within us. We just have to get into the right conditions for those dreams to be nurtured and bloom. I've carried around the dream of being a published author with me for an extremely long time. Probably since I was about 8 or 9 years old when I first wrote my first short story. But the conditions weren't quite right until now, the conditions in my mind, that is. I think that when we feel like, okay, I won't use general language, I will speak for me. I think that when I feel that a dream or an idea is outside of me, it feels like something I have to chase down, as opposed to this is something that's already within me. It's certain, it's guaranteed, it just needs to be nurtured. I don't believe that I was created to chase, especially not being a female. I was created to nurture and to be nurtured. I personally feel very much out of alignment when I'm in a mode of chasing something down. It exhausts me. And when I find myself relaxing and just allowing and being, things flow a whole lot more better for me. Doesn't mean that I don't have moments of time where I'm being very intentional in my actions, but for me, it's about kind of like the mental space and the energy and the spirit that I'm in, that I'm not in this chasing, fighting, grinding, clawing mode. I'm in a, okay, I'm working with this is very purposeful and this is coming to me because it's meant for me. So for me, I see being $1 million author as meant for me. I just have to stay on the path, continue nurturing my mental and spiritual environment, continue doing what I know I need to do, and it will eventually manifest in the ways I'm looking for it and even more into my reality in its due season. Because every seed has a period of time that it has to germinate. So I don't have to worry when is this going to happen. I don't have to go digging in the soil to see if the seeds of my dreams are doing its thing. It's doing its thing. If I'm doing my thing, it's doing its thing. I was created to be still and know. And I think you were too. The second way that I am developing my $1 million author mindset is by taking intentional action. I hinted at this in the introduction as well. Action is a key component. You know the end of this scripture. Faith without works is, right, dead. Like I said in the introduction, I asked, I believe, and I receive. I have a vision, I believe it's done, and so I take actions accordingly. I'm acting as if I know I am making millions as an author. Now that I'm aware of this seed of this dream that's inside of me, I'm making sure I'm creating a fertile ground for it to be nurtured and to grow. I was talking with my mom a few weeks ago, who happens to be a pastor, and I said to her that I don't feel like I'm waiting on God for anything. I feel instead like God's been waiting on me. Like, girl, where you been? I needed you to wake up to some things a little bit earlier, but hey, you're here now. Let's go. So I feel like right now, it's my time to stop expecting God to get up off the throne and do for me things that are within my power and control to do. God's not going to write my books for me. He can give me the ideas, but it's up to me to actually write the daggone books and do the things that $1 million authors do. Write and publish books. And that's why right now you can actually pre-order my first book. It's called Write Your Book, 10 Mindset Hacks to Move You from Fear to Finished. It's available for pre-sale at writingwithdeniserenee.com/book pre-launch. This book is all about overcoming the number one thing that holds all of us back from writing our books: fear. So many fears hold people back. Fear of not feeling like you have great writing skills. Fear of feeling like you don't know what to talk about. Fear of feeling like you're not enough of an expert to write your book. Fear of success or fear of failure. And so many more fears that I address inside of the book. I know what it is to fear perception and to fear what people might say if my book is successful, if my book is a failure, or if my book is super successful. People start looking at you funny and differently. But I had to see myself in a very different light as I battled through my own fears, limiting beliefs, and self-doubts because I knew they were not serving me and they were not helping me to help those that I'm meant to serve with my gifts and talents as a book writing coach and editor. And the reality is that if I can overcome my fears and self-doubts so that I can finally write and publish my books, you can too. And so can the people who are meant to read this book. Speaking of which, this book is for people who want to be considered an expert in their field. It's for people who want to have clients or job opportunities come to them instead of having to chase them down. It's for people who want to expand the reach of their personal or business brand or reputation, including 9 to 5 professionals who want to move from being an employee to being a contractor or freelancer, content creators who are looking to deepen the relationships that they have with their existing audience and to grow their audience. It's for business owners who are looking to make client acquisition easier. And for coaches, consultants, and speakers who want to get on more stages and leverage more media opportunities to share who they are and what they have to offer. As I mentioned, my book, Write Your Book, 10 Mindset Hacks to Move You from Fear to Finish, is currently in a pre-launch phase. You can order a copy right now at writingwithdeniserenee.com/book pre-launch. When you place your order, you'll get immediate access to the pre-published version of the first 3 chapters. Because I am a one-woman team and I'm just hiring freelancers as I go along, I'm conducting a rolling launch, meaning as different aspects and versions of the book are completed, I'll be making them available to the public who supports the pre-launch. So first the ebook, or I think maybe the audiobook, and then the print version. When you support my pre-launch, you are helping me to raise some of the funds that I need to complete the publication process, including completing the edits on the book, formatting, completing the audiobook version, and initial print copies. But you'll not only be supporting my book, you're also going to be investing in your own future as an author because I'm going to help you get over all of those mindset hurdles so that you can finally write your book. I mean, it's in the title. It's not easy to write a book. And when you want to write a high quality book from your own thoughts and experiences and not rely on ChatGPT to do it for you, the biggest hurdles you'll have to overcome in the process is your own thoughts and limiting beliefs. Ask me how I know. Even though I have a degree in English, I used to teach high school English. I've been a paid professional writer for over 25 years, and I've ghostwritten and edited books for other people. I still had my own limiting beliefs to overcome in order to finally publish my first book. I actually wrote the first version of this book 5 years ago and I sat on it. So I know what you're going through. But if I finally overcame my fears and limiting beliefs so that I can publish my book, you can too. Just like I'm sharing my mindset hacks in this video, I share so much more in the book. And they're specific to overcoming fears around writing. I'm going to help you get through all those jitters so that you can be solidly on your own path to becoming a $1 million author or whatever amount you want to earn. Now, the third way that I'm developing my $1 million author mindset is by continuously pruning my mental environment. Now, I'm not necessarily a neat freak. Sometimes things do get a little bit messy, but they can only get so messy in my environment. And then I have to clean up. Things have to be in order so that I feel like my mind is free and uncluttered and I can go ahead and work. I can't let things, even though I don't love cleaning, but I can't let things get too dirty because then it's like, ugh, no girl. We have got to clean up so that I feel like, we can work now. So that same attitude that I have for my physical environment and keeping things at least relatively in order and not letting them get too out of hand, that's the same kind of mindset I'm taking to my mindset and making sure that I'm maintaining some grooming up there. I have to watch what I'm saying to myself. Whenever I'm having a negative thought, I have to stop, pause, examine that. Where is this coming from? And you certainly ain't going any further. I have to talk back to myself and tell myself something positive in its place, probably about 7 or 8 times before I feel like my nervous system really calmed down and accept the truth of the positive things that I'm saying. Now, I stopped watching the news years ago. These days, I just scan headlines on certain websites. Maybe I'll tap into a video to find out a little bit of information and then I'm out. Okay. I cannot have a steady diet of the news. I cannot do it. I also have to watch the kind of content that I consume. I watch a lot of YouTube videos and not gonna lie, some of them are like, the little gossip blogs and celebrity news. But when I start to see things getting just too dark, I'm like, okay, No, we need to shift our algorithm because I don't need a mental diet of this stuff. And I'm intentionally practicing things like prayer, fasting, meditation to make sure that I'm constantly renewing my faith, constantly reminding myself of what is true. And as I encourage myself, I in turn give that encouragement out to others in my real life as well as here on YouTube. Making this video is rather therapeutic for me. And it also is serving as something that I can come back to and remind myself because every moment is not always happy, sunshine, roses. Listen, on my personal vlog, I started an alternate day fasting journey on April 30th, and everything was pretty cool for about the first 2 weeks. And then it got real. And I shared with my audience there, what was going on. I know that there are highs and lows in the journey. I wish things were just a smooth, straight path, straight to the goal, but that's just not reality. So this video is also going to serve for when I'm in that hard place. I'm going to need to come back to this and remind myself, this is how you get through, girl. And I hope you find this video valuable enough to come back and watch again as well whenever you need it. I was reminded today that I have a lot more people watching and paying attention to what I'm doing, and it's serving as a source of inspiration for them. I don't get a flood of comments on my videos, I don't get a flood of likes, but people are watching, and I don't take that responsibility lightly at all. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you for supporting my pre-launch at writingwithdeniserenee.com/book pre-launch. And I think you would find it very interesting to watch this video that I recorded at the beginning of the year. You will see I talk about the mindset shifts that I had to make in order to come out of the fogginess I was in so that I can be here now offering my book to you. Click on that video now, and I'll see you on the other side.